Welcome to day 2 of our study of the books of Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther. For today, we're going to talk about the book of Ezra. Despite opposition from the non-Jewish inhabitants of Judea and after encouragement by the prophets, Haggai and Zechariah, the temple was rebuilt. That will be the main topic for the book of Ezra, the rebuilding of the temple. Now, in 458 BC, Ezra led the second of the 3 waves of returning exiles. Chapter 3, and this is when the rebuilding of the altar was mentioned in the book of Ezra. And there's this one particular verse that I'd like to focus on. And in chapter 3, verses 10 to 11. And when the builders laid the foundation of the temple of the Lord, the priests in their vestments or in their clothing came forward with trumpets, and the Levites, the sons of Asaph, with cymbals to praise the Lord, according to the directions of David, king of Israel. And they sang responsively, praising and giving thanks to God. For He is good, He is steadfast, and His love endures forever towards Israel. They were singing that. And all the people shouted with a great shout when they praised the Lord, because the foundation of the house of the Lord was laid. Why do I want to focus on this? First, because of the temple. The temple was destroyed when Nebuchadnezzar conquered Jerusalem and people were exiled. There's no more temple of God. This is the temple that David wanted to build, but he was not allowed to because his hands were filled with blood from war. So the privilege of building this temple, the new version, the structural version of the tent of meeting, where the people of Israel meet with God, it's so important. Now, that privilege fell into the hands of Solomon. And then the kings that followed Solomon disobeyed God. They did not honor the temple. Eventually, it was crushed, destroyed. The people were exiled. Now, they were allowed to rebuild it. So they're so happy. This temple had a very practical and at the same time spiritual significance. Our principle for today is this: God used symbols to help people remember. I will repeat, God used symbols to help people remember. Used as tense. Now, we still use symbols in our faith. I mean, the cross is still a symbol of Christ, symbol of love, symbol of sacrifice. But before, during that time, the symbol is different. Like, the temple is a magnificent structure. It's laid with gold. God ordered the building of the temple. God allowed it because He wants this to be a physical remembrance so that the people would not forget. Look at this. When they rebuilt the temple, what was the people's reaction? Ezra chapter 3 verse 10 noted that the people were actually singing, shouting. They sang responsively, praising and giving thanks to God. See the reaction in their hearts. This physical remembrance was supposed to be that during the time of Jesus, people had a temple, but it lost its significance already. People were not praising this way during the time of Jesus. They have forgotten because it's just a physical reminder. At the end of the day, it's just a facade. What matters is what it truly represents. And that's what God is after. God is not after people going to the temple. God is not after people going to church. Because by the end of the New Testament, it has been clarified. We, the people, we are the church. Like at this time, we're in the time of pandemic. People don't go to church anymore. But believers don't stop becoming the church. Believers worshiping God, they are the church. God is concerned about us because it's about our relationship with Him. God is concerned about the hearts of the people. You can just imagine God, the Father, seeing the people that He chose, singing praises to Him, responding to Him, praising, giving thanks. It's not that He needed this praise. He wasn't insecure. He did not need this. But to have this kind of relationship and to see the person that you love enjoying your presence, enjoying you, God must be happy. And that's what God is after. God is not after the outward physical remembrance. What matters is that His people remembers.